Loop like a pro. 10 looping tips I wish I knew. 20 advanced survivor tricks you need to know. Hey you, have you already tried learning all the best tips and tricks but sweaty killers still ruin your day by deadlight by bringing the same meta perks every single game? Well, I'm here to tell you it's all in your head. I highly recommend watching the full video for context, but if that's not your thing, use the timestamp in the description below to skip the good stuff. One of DBD's biggest issues is match consistency. Sometimes you'll get matches where you'll have meta killers with meta perks several times in a row, and then next you'll be matched with someone who's clearly learning the killer. Scott Junn made a very good video describing this problem, which by the way I recommend checking out, link in the description below. You see, basically there's no balance between matches. In one match your brain dead solo queue teammates are doing everything possible to lose, meanwhile you're thinking,
I'm fighting for my life! Y'all killing me with this!
Then, next match, you're sitting brainlessly on a gen while your godlike teammate runs the killer for the entire match. It happens on both player sides. These peaks and valleys make it hard to remember the matches that feel good. The matches that scratch that itch between challenging and rewarding, like you often see in 1v1, symmetrical team games, and battle royales. But that's not why you clicked this video. You want to know how to enjoy the game. And the short answer is, well, play the game.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I know, but hear me out. As awful as it feels to grind in solo queue knowing no matter how well you play, chances are your team, or rather you, will lose. But there's an open secret that no one seems to catch on to. Winning in DBD isn't what makes it fun. Winning in anything isn't what makes it fun. It's how you win. Now, this is just my opinion, but I would rather play a game where my wins feel earned rather than feel like I've been given a participation trophy, even though I am one of the saltiest people that I know. Something about the do or die feeling of a close game just gives me that dopamine hit like nothing else, and Dead by Daylight, for me, gives me that and so much more. But things weren't always that way. Back in the Stone Ages, when I first played DBD, things were awful. You could only rescue from the front, there was no exhaustion, it wasn't a hex, you could be moried in the first chase. I absolutely hated it and proceeded to not play the game for the next 5 years or so. But then COVID happened. DBD was on sale and I was forced to confront my demons head on. By this time picking killer because I had no friends. And I had a blast. While sure, it was hard, it felt fair for me, not only because of the balance changes, but because I only had to worry about me and my fun. I enjoyed it so much, I started eventually streaming it. During those times, I almost exclusively played killer, except for the few times some friends I made from streaming would invite me to play as Survive with friends. As a survivor, I was still awful, but managed to have fun with my friends. But as a killer, I felt I was good. Like, really good. The teases were fun, and it really pushed me to get better. Something always bothered me. In my experience, typically in every good Swift, there's one survivor who's ready for the chase, who wants to ruin your day by any means necessary. And I always wondered, why can't I do that? In my heart of hearts, I knew I want to be that survivor. Fast forward a couple years later, like life does for a lot of potential streamers, life got in the way, and I found myself too busy to focus on streaming. Until one day out of the blue, I decided to play again, but this time, I'd give it one last try as a survivor. By this time, DBD had become much more user-friendly. This time, when I played, things felt okay. I felt I could slowly get better, and while sure, I did slowly but surely get better, there was a big issue of constantly dying in my matches. When I watched videos from big YouTubers, it seemed like they were always getting the worst killers possible. How on earth could they possibly be that much better than me? And one day it hit me. That was my ego talking. When you start actually looking into DBD, you'll quickly find that it's a game that's easy to learn but hard to master. The best players have 10,000 plus hours of experience in modern DBD. Even if you're like me with a couple thousand, you're just getting your footing. Once you understand this, things become much easier mentally. Once I had this realization, it was easy to pivot how I approached my gameplay. Instead of worrying about winning, I focused on just me. Since I was only playing solo queue, I couldn't rely on my teammates to carry me. My actions were my own. With that in mind, I finally put on my big boy survivor pants and decided to finally be that survivor. Luckily for me, it was around this time the Forest Guardian skin for Yui was available. I bought the skin, started a match, and ran recklessly into the open looking for the first chase. I wish I could say I remember exactly how it went, but it was a long time ago, and in all likelihood, I went down immediately. But I kept at it, and as I continued getting chased, I learned new tricks and tried new builds to mix things up. Not to mention, the knowledge I gained from playing Killer helped me add just a few more seconds to each chase. And I began making real progress in meeting little goals, like consistently fast vaulting the window on the dead dog loop. Over time, I learned all sorts of niche things like how much pathing matters. Shout out to Crush. I'm sure he wasn't the first, but his videos have helped me so much in my recent games. Eventually, I stopped caring about what my teammates were doing nearly as much, and everything was about how long I can make the killer focus only on me. Winning matches didn't really matter anymore. For me, now the game was the chase, and winning the match was more of a side objective. Is it really more fun to sit on gens for 6 minutes rather than interact with the entire stage, the killer, and everything else DBD has to offer? Now the thing that frustrates me is sometimes I can't get the killer's attention because again, they really be sweating out there. So, what changed? What did I learn? I learned DBD is a game you have to find your own enjoyment in. The idea of winning or losing is far more gray than in typical games. If I had to break things down as simple as possible, my advice would be, first, check your ego. I can almost guarantee this is the biggest obstacle for most players, myself included. No one likes to lose, but in this game, it's inevitable. Pick a goal. Maybe pure chase isn't your thing. Instead of pure chase, try something more evasive, whatever feels right for you. There's no wrong way to play the game. As long as you're not throwing, you're good. Appreciate your achievements. It's easy to miss all the small victories when odds are you'll lose, but appreciating those small victories help make the next one feel more achievable. And finally, stay determined. DBD, especially solo queue, isn't a game of absolutes. It's an inconsistent, chaotic whirlwind. Like life, there'll be great days and miserable ones, but staying determined no matter how hard things get in DBD or even your goals in life are how I, and hopefully you, can learn to enjoy the chase. Thanks for watching. Hey, post-edit rhyme here. I hope you enjoyed the video. This was way more work than I thought it would be, and editing is a lot harder than I imagined it would be. But I did have a lot of fun making this. If you enjoyed this kind of content, please let me know by subscribing and liking this video. I really don't know what kind of content I should make next, so your feedback is really important to me. Yeah, if you have any or recommendations, let me know in the comment section. Alright, later.